Hi, Larry. Hi.
Hello. So we're here today for a very special occasion. It's a very happy occasion and it's a very sad occasion at the same time. So I want to talk to you about this Buick, this 1992 Buick, which was a beautiful car. It's had a long history, and it started out, I bought this for my mother in 1992. My dad died in 1990, and her car that she had was a Buick, but it was very old and was rusting out, and it was causing her trouble. So God was good to me at that time. I was able to buy her a brand new car, and I bought it to her brand new. It took it to her from Ann Arbor and bought her a brand new Buick. It was a LaSabre. At the time, it was the most comfortable car on the road. It was a beautiful car, and so it's had a long history. Mom drove it for a number of years, and then when she got to be too old to drive, she didn't think it was safe for her to drive anymore. Then she parked it in the garage, and my sister Barbara would use it when she come down to pick her up and take her around. So then it stayed in my mom's garage for a number of years. It only had like a maximum 40,000 miles on it at that time. So R.J. Hooker was able to use it for a number of years and drove it around. And then after a while, I told my sister, I think it's time that we brought it down to Texas. So she went ahead and she and Dan drove it all the way down to Florida and then over to Texas, and she dropped it off to us there back in probably about 2010, something like that. And so that car then was being used by a number of people here in San Antonio. I had Bianca use it for a while, then Devin used it for a while, then it set out and back and the tires went flat. We had to buy new tires for it. And then I revived it again, and Mark used it for a while as a spare car. Monica and I used it for spare cars when ours were being worked on. And then Isabel used it for a while, and Isaiah used it for a while. And so it was used blessed by a lot of people. Were blessed by this beautiful car. Now, about 2 years ago, it had damage in the front, so we fixed it up, and the rest of the body was beautiful. And as you can see, the inside was beautiful. It looked just like brand new. It looked like it came right out of the factory. It's a little dirty right now. You see how beautiful it is? The seats and everything are in premier condition. So we had it fixed up, and we had it painted. Now look, we had it painted all over. They even put the stripes back on it here, and so it was gorgeous. I can kind of show you how it looked. Look how beautiful it was. It was so beautiful inside and out that we were going to take it to the antique car shows, because it would be a marvelous thing in pristine condition. Inside has never been hampered with or had to be rebuilt. So we're going to take it to the car shows and be very proud of it. Now, there's a dark side to this car as well as a great side. The dark side has been hit by deer a few times, and the front had to be relined a few times. But mainly the problem is it grew up in Michigan. So in Michigan, in the winter time, the streets are kept very, very clear with salt. They put salt on the road. The salt comes up under the car, and the salt oxidizes and rusts all the parts out. So over the years, we've had to replace a lot of parts. For example, the brake lining, all the lines in the brake had to be replaced with new pipes. And a lot of the parts in there, the muffler, for example, and the exhaust system had to be replaced. But in all of this, the engine is fantastic. The engine today, it has about 130,000 miles on it today. The engine today and the transmission are like brand new. It just runs like a top. It runs so smooth and so soft. But the bad side is that salt had eaten away not only at the different pipes in there, but also ate away at the body, and we couldn't see it. So this is like a lot of people. The lesson is this may look like a lot of people. It looks really great from the outside, but the inside there was something very bad going on. So what happened is last year we started having a leak in the steering. So the hydraulic steering, it worked fine, but we had to put hydraulic fluid in it every now and then because it would leak out, and we filled it up and it steered fine. So I took it to the mechanic about 6 months ago and to see if I could get that leak fixed in the hydraulic fluid. And he showed me, he called me down there and said, Larry, I can't do it because we have to take some things apart on the body to get to it. And the body's all rusted out. In fact, it's a miracle that the body is still hanging on there. If you hit a big bump, the body's going to fall right to the ground. and he showed me it's all rusted on the inside. He said, I just suggest you keep on driving it locally and put hydraulic fluid in the driving steering wheel as you need it. So again, if you look at the outside of the car, there's absolutely no rust on it. It's beautiful. From the outside, it's in perfect condition. And that's a lot of people are. They hide the sin within themselves. And this car looks gorgeous from the outside. You'd never know that it is almost fatal. The fact that it's rusted so completely that this body is ready to fall off and it cannot be fixed and it cannot be salvaged in any way. So it's a sad day for me to have to say goodbye to Mom's car. It meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to my mother. It meant a lot to all the people that got to use this car. And over the years, it's blessed many, many people with many miles and with a lot of happiness. So, like many other things in life, today we have to say goodbye to this beautiful car. So I'm going to sit in it one more time. Remember all the wonderful trips I used to take with my mom up to the reunion, up to the cemetery, up to see my sister drove all around Michigan with my mom in the other seat of the car. It's just like it came right straight out of the factory. There's the mileage on 130 and 839 miles. So it's not, for a 32-year-old car, it doesn't have very many miles on it. And the engine and transmission, the steering, the way it drives is just like a brand new car. It's like the day we drove it out of the dealership back in Ann Arbor in 1992. So goodbye, Buick LaSabre. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you, Mom, for all you meant to our family. And this tradition of yours has gone on for many, many years. We thought of you every time we got in this car, every time we drove it. We thought of your goodness, your love of the Lord, your teaching our family, and your support of all of us. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Buick. We go on to our next chapter. Goodbye.